I want to say Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutation to you brothers out there doing this work. In truth and sincerity, I like to say Mwafla Babu, which is death to Babylon, and Lord willing, this is edifying for you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. Real quick, man, I wanted to make a video on being more focused in this truth. You know, your mindset should be focused on doing these works, you know, applying your works to these videos and to the charity of the brothers, which is the love for the brotherhood, and you know, being more focused on being prepared to go out into the highways and byways through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You should be less focused on the things that's of the world. Now, we have to deal with things that's of the world, as in our women, our jobs, so on and so forth. But those should be last things that's on your mind, man, because at the end of the day, that shit can't save you, man. That shit's gonna perish, like Paul said, man. For he count all things as done upon the earth. Why? Because when that fervent heat comes, it's gonna melt all this shit away, man. You know, and what the scriptures say in what is that, 2 Peter 3:10, that, you know, for the elements shall be melted away with fervent heat. So your focus should be more on this truth, man, because the word is going to be forever. At the end of the day, this is where your salvation is going to come. It's through the word and the power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. The shit of the world, man, that shit can wait, man. Now, again, you know, excuse my language. Again, you got to deal with things of the world. You know, you got to work. You got to take care of your car. You got to deal with your woman. But don't let that be your priority. This is Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercy of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, right? So you got to present your bodies as a living sacrifice. And what it means to sacrifice, man, is to give up the things of the world. Matter of fact, real quick, we can go into this word sacrifice. Let's go into this word sacrifice, man.
Strong's G 2378. Thusia.
Right, so a sacrifice, a victim. So let's go into the root word, the etymology, the origin of the word. To sacrifice, emulate, to slay, kill, of the Pesho's lamb, to slaughter. So ultimately, it's to sacrifice the things you have in the world, man. You know, to give that up. Like you gotta cut it out of your life, man. You know, for this truth. You know, anything that interferes with what you doing in this truth, you got to cut it out of your life, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, this should be your main focus, your main priority. It says, wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service, right? Your service, man. Verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Right, so be not conformed to this world. You already know, you know, if being in the truth, you know, and again, this is more applying to brothers that's in this truth. You already know that the things of the world, the Most High hates, man. And those who be friend of the world, you are an enemy of the Lord. So your focus shouldn't be on the shit of the world, you know. It should be more on this truth. And again, I'm going to keep stressing this out. I'm not saying that you don't deal with the shit of the world, because you have to pay bills. You have to get your car fixed. You have to do this. You have to do that. Things of the world. But that's the things that get you by until the Most High bring this place to judgment, man. You know, just make sure that this shit that's in the world, and again, excuse my language, that these things of the world don't interfere with what you have to do in this truth by pushing this word, being brotherly, you know, learning basic breakdowns and basic scriptures on humble and meekness, you know, and that's what you should be more focused on, man. Again, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove that what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High, right? And what is good, and what is His perfect will? Well, hey, you go back to what is that? Romans I want to say 7:12. His goodwill, his that which is good is his laws, his statutes, and commandments. What is his will? Going back into Psalms 40 and 8, I believe, his will is the keeping of his laws. So with the best of your ability, you have to keep the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in order to be acceptable, man. So you have to be pushing the word out in the highways and byways. You have to be making your video. You have to show love to the brotherhood, and abstain away from the things of the world. You know what I'm saying? Feeding your face with the things that are of the world. When again, these things that are of the world will perish away with fervent heat. Matter of fact, let me get that, man. This is 2 Peter 3 and 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, right? Because these people are going to be unaware when these things will begin to happen. These people are comfortable. They living in their nice little houses. They driving in their nice little cars. You know what I'm saying? So they're comfortable. It says, and the which, Salakia, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, and the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So what can melt things? Fire. And a heatable amount of fire can melt things, man. And what's going to do that? Those thermonuclear missiles. So, hey, man, have your mind more focused on this word, not on the world, man. It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, the earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Right, and what is the works? Well, hey, the scripture says, if the king wicked, the people are wicked, man. So if the king is wicked and the people wicked, that means the earth is defiled. Why? Because it's ruled by wickedness, man. And as you can see, step by step, you can see that this place is ruled by wickedness. You got concrete everywhere. Esau building habitation in the desert and hot ass suns. You know what I'm saying? Ozone layer. He'll pollute the air. He'll give you water out of plastic bottles that have chemicals in it. He'll put he'll have you use hand sanitizer, which have the same chemicals as plastic bottles. You know what I'm saying? These are things that you're using. Your goddamn women go about having sex with whomever she want to with no judgment. You know what I'm saying? Unless the will of the Lord places judgment on her. These niggas are comfortable with having sex with other men's women and think it's okay to do so. This is how you know that this place is built on confusion, disruption, out of order, disrespect, and chaos. This is what this world, the world of Esau, Edom, is built out of, man. Why? Because, like the scriptures tell you, for the spirit that is within him is not upright. So if the spirit that's in him is not upright, then how the hell you think the world's going to be, man? It's Salakia, man. 2 Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, and the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up, man. So this place is going to be burnt up. It needs to be burnt up, right along with 2/3 of our people and you other fucking nations that want to dwell here in America, man. And look, the Lord is already showing, the Lord is showing his judgment to you other nations. Y'all out there uncomfortable. Hey, they're out there uncomfortable, man. You know what I'm saying? You out there uncomfortable. You protesting about gas and living quarters. You protesting about your government. You know what I'm saying? Y'all eating each other. Look at Venezuela, man. You know what I'm saying? They out there starving and shit, man. It's Salakia. Not to say they eating each other. I have no proof of that. But pretty soon you will be, man. Pretty soon you will be. But they out eating birds and eating the bird poop. These are things that's happening all throughout the world. But you people in America is completely comfortable, man. You completely comfortable. Again, you living in your nice house, your nice car. You're not too much worried about rent. But then you will be when the economy comes down, man. So yeah, Khan, let me get some more scriptures out, man. I don't want to keep yapping. I want more scriptures. The book tells you to speak ye the words of the Lord, man. So let me get this. I believe that's First John 2 and 15. Right. So it says, 1 John 2 and 15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Right. So that's what we just got through talking about. Don't worry about the things of the world. Love not the world, man. Because at the end of the day, this world is going to pass away. And for the correct understanding of when we say world, or when I say world, I'm talking about the world of Esau. Because there's many worlds that the Lord have created according to the book of Hebrews. And the different worlds are the different nations. Because um, the ground that you stand on, and I ain't talking about this all this concrete, but the actual dirt is the earth. And the scriptures tell you, for the earth abideth forever, man. So when I talk about world, love not the world, or the world is going to be burnt up, I'm talking about the dwellings of Esau, man, because his nation is considered a world. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And Esau Edom, he have his influence all over the damn world, man. So everywhere you go, you're going to see a part, or the majority of the time, you're going to see a part of Esau in there, man. Everybody dressing up in suits. Everybody want to sound like the so-called white man. Everybody want to look like the so-called white man. So and then it's proven, man. It's proven. Just look. You talk to a goddamn coon ass Jake, and he sound more like the so-called white man. And Jake have a natural flow of flavor, man. It says, for all that is it, Salakia, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in the world. Look at your pastor, man. Look at your pastor. Look at these niggas out here. 2/3 of them. They love the world, man. They try their best to achieve so-called greater in this place. When this place is going down, man, this place is going down here, man. The economy constantly fluctuating. There's gonna be a major event happen here that's gonna put you people in a state of distress. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of this world. Why? Because this world is wicked. Going back to the book of Job 9:24, it says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges of it thereof. Right. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And when the so-called white man conquered throughout the earth, he put up his images. Why? So you could worship him. If you go back during a time when Jake was in the plantations, Esau would take the children and put them in different plantations so they can learn the language and learn his ways, and not the ways of their ancestor. Why? Because also that was a prophecy, because the Lord said that he will take our inheritance away from us, our knowledge of who we are, our knowledge of our true language, and that have happened. It says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Salakia. Real quick, I want to grab this back. This is 1 John 2 and 15 again. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. It says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. That's how you could tell what kind of spirit somebody's in, is when they always talking about the things of the fucking world, man. When they always talking about things of the world, that have nothing to do with your salvation. Oh man, don't you know Scott, Dwayne Wade, and don't you know, hey man, Keanu Reeves made this, and don't you know this happened, and hey man, don't you know, always shit of the world, man. That's not the right spirit to be in. Oh man, they got this party. Oh man, they got this. Hey man, they did go to this and this place. That's your mind is continuously on the world, man. It says, "Thou art in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him." Right? Because your mind should be more on this truth. Your mind should be more focused on pushing this word out and making sure brothers are a-okay. You know. So, verse 17, it says, "And the world passes away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever." So there you go. He that doeth the will of the Most High. And that really only applies to you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because the only way you can fulfill his will if the laws was given unto you. Matter of fact, let's go into that real quick. So this is the book of Psalms. This is book of Psalms 40 and 8. It says, "I delight to do thy will, O my power, yea, thy law is within my heart." So the will of the Lord is the laws, man. And who is the laws, the statutes, and commandments given unto? Going back into the book of Psalms 147 and 19, it says, I'm gonna start at 18. "He sendeth out his word and melteth them. He causes his wind to blow and the waters flow. He showeth his word unto Jacob," which we know Jacob's name was changed to Israel, "his statutes and his judgments unto Israel." And who is Israel? The 12 tribes. You know, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Gad, Issachar, Naphtali, Asher, so on and so forth. It says, "He have not dealt so with any nation, he has for Salakia. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh Shema Shah." Let me read that back. "He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh Shema Shah." So who can keep the will of Yahweh Shema Shah? Only the Israelites. This only applies to the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. So again, man, have your mind more focused on the spiritual matters, not on the things of the world, man. Because at the end of the day, the things of the world, man, are gonna pass away, man. This is one of my favorite chapters and verses. This is James chapter 4, verse 4. Matter of fact, we start at the top. "From whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence, even of your lust that war in your members? Ye lust and have not. Ye kill and desire to have and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not. Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust. Ye adulterers and ye adulterers and adulteress, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High?" Right, man. So it's enmity with the Most High. Let's look up this word enmity. Enmity. Let's look up this word.
Strong's G 2189. Echthra.
Right, enmity causes enmity. Let's look up the origin of the word hated. A diet, hateful, hostile, hating, and opposing another. So there you go, man. So hey, ye adulterers and ye adulteress, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? So the Most High hates the things of the world, man. "Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High," man. So you're an enemy of the Lord when you more worried about these things of the world. We have to be more focused on the truth, more focused on Salakia, man. More focused on this truth, more focused on the will of Yahweh Shema Shah. But I want to go ahead and say Barak Da Yahweh, Barak Da Yahweh Shah, Barak Da Yahweh, Barak Da Yahweh Shah, Barak Da Yahweh, Barak Da Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honesty to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. I like to say Mawafla Babel, which is death to Babylon. And Lord willing, this was edifying to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. I like to say Shalom.